one bass line, 5 types of offbeat guitars. Early reggae. I want to talk today about the different ways and different styles of rhythm guitars, because somebody left a comment at some point saying there's a few different ways to do it and a few different styles, and it's absolutely true. Again, make sure you don't play too much, make sure you make the noise when you need it to, when you ask to, and not when you feel like it, because your role, if you play the rhythm guitar in reggae, is not to be the boss in the front or doing the guitar hero. Your role is to really be percussive. You play with the hi-hat, don't drag, don't go too fast, listen to the drums and to the bass, stick to the drums, stick to your job, groove, groove, and more groove. Often the question is, do we play downstrokes or upstrokes? And a lot of people say like upstroke, something like this, will be more for ska music, and the downstroke for reggae. So which is quite true. For instance, in the two-tone ska or the modern ska music from the 80s, you will find a lot of upstroke, and it's probably the best way to do it. So let's have a small loop of something like this, like Madness, for instance. So there you're probably gonna play the upstroke. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell you have to be very clean or you're going to have a lot of noise. So I usually do it like so. Now you hear all the details and stuff, but if you play live you probably won't hear that, and it's going to be covered by the drums, but it feels a little better to always hit the strings in between, so that you make sure you're on time. If you play like might get sloppy at some point. So but that's definitely better to play upstrokes if you play like this kind of two-tone really fast ska music, but not always. And I like also to play faster ska with downstrokes, and let's put on examples. For example, this tune by the Scatolites. It's better to play downstrokes there. If I play upstrokes, it's not gonna sound so good. As percussive, and it's not as cool. So you have more control if you play the downstroke on this one. So I'm not always sure it's ska is upstroke. You really have to find out what's best. I really like, by the way, this little tricks. So basically, you start like half tone lower, and then hit, push on the strings, and then release. Something that you can do if you go like half speed. Oh, whoa, that was weird. But if you go like in Rocksteady, for example, no? Well, let's put this a little loop with that. Rocksteady style. Sorry guys, my looper is kind of weird. Rocksteady was something that was played a little bit before the two-tone ska here, like in the 70s, late 60s, 70s, late 70s. Yeah, it's a bit more bouncy than reggae. Reggae tends to be a bit slower in this Rocksteady thing. It's also from Jamaica and England. It's a bit more bouncy. And yeah, it fits well with this. And then you can also, especially when it's swinging like this, you can play the double skanks on this, which is it's not the best example, but this is a way to do it. And this double skank, the difference is, or I like to call it chaka chaka. You see now for this example, I'm not even pushing on the string with my left hand. It's really just a hint of the tones. So there you really have the game with the left hand, where you have to push and release in order to do it. So if you play it fast, like in the Rocksteady, for example, like this, it's even better if you don't push the strings at all. Or just when you, for example, we do this small licks in between. The strings with my left hand, but I'm definitely playing the chords. And then there's another way to do this chaka, is when you play like really roots reggae and you play much slower. So the best example for this is what's it called, stirred up. I don't know exactly what key to play in, but I think it's whatever. Let's play it in A, so we have A minor. It's gonna go like. There, you have time, and then really do the check up. Major, of course. Chord scheme. is percussive, so let me look that for a second. Go like that. This is really cool with the wah-wah, and it's really simple. But again, it's very percussive, so really practice your left hand and push and release of your fingers, because if you don't release the fingers, I'm literally playing the same. It's really about pushing and release of the strings with your left hand, and this will go like. This is what you want to practice if you want to play this kind of, especially if you have swinging rhythms like this one. I don't know what the exact term is, turn air or something like this. Whatever. This is what you want to practice on. This getting this groove like this. So yeah, that was it. And now actually I didn't plan this, but we're going back in time all the time. So the last kind of rhythm guitar style that we have in Jamaican offbeat music would be what I call the early reggae, which was picked up again not so long ago by bands such as the Agrolites or the Slackers or whatever. And it's yeah, this style from the 60s, when reggae was kind of between the ska and what would become the reggae later, and it's quite similar to this. It's always the same basics. No, it's a very percussive part of the song, and it's just giving a hint of the tone of the chords. But it's really about grooving and pushing. No? So the bass line is giving you basically all the melodics and giving you the kind of grooves that you need, and your guitar is just going to be a little more percussive and add the percussive chords on top of it. So the early reggae will go something like so that would be, I don't know, I don't have any proper songs in mind, but with something like that. It's usually with major chords for some reason. This one, as you see, I stay longer on the chord. It's really like this kind of skinhead ska, early reggae stuff. Royales is a good example of the artist who used to have this kind of stuff. Hi Roy, great guy. And yeah, for this one, it's this, and this beat is really the bass drum and the rim, no? So so the emphasis is really on this, and the actual offbeat is coming afterwards. So that would be the normal offbeat. Also cool with the wah-wah. This you could compare with the keyboards, no? The organ playing the left hand. So that was the early reggae. So how much do we have now? We had the straight skanks, we had the fast one, the upstroke ska skanks, then the ska downstroke, the chaka chaka, the double skank, and the early reggae skank. 5 different types for 5 different eras and 5 different styles of Jamaican or reggae inspired music, offbeat music. Yeah, I hope it gives you a cool overview, and again, make sure you don't play too much, make sure you make the noise when you need it to, when you ask to, not when you feel like it, because your role, if you play the rhythm guitar in reggae, is not to be the boss in the front or doing the guitar hero. Your role is to really be percussive. You play with the hi-hat, you play between the hits of the drums, right in between. Not before, not after. Don't drag, don't go too fast. Listen to the drums and to the bass. Stick to the drums, stick to your job. Groove, groove, and more groove. Okay guys, hope you liked it. See you later.